If you want to work on yourself and live up to your potential in life, then start by asking yourself one question. Do you like who you are? I think this is the most powerful prompt for self development because you immediately know where you stand, but it can also be one of the most uncomfortable questions to face. If you'd have asked me that question for most of my life, I would have said absolutely not. But lately, this is something I'm trying to change. I'm trying to see myself as a person with flaws and traits and finding things to appreciate in myself. And this can honestly be pretty tough because sometimes your best traits aren't developed yet. And it's the traits that are most authentic to you, the things that make you you, that you can fall in love with. But if you haven't developed those yet, then what is there to love? And this may sound harsh, but it's something I truly believe. For such a long time in my life, I felt like I was a shell of a person, like I was missing a part of myself that everyone else seemed to have. It's all those things like opinions and dreams and the things that give a person a sense of who they are, but I didn't have that. I was always just pretending and hoping that nobody would notice this about me, but of course they did. You can always tell if someone's not being authentic, but I didn't know how to be authentic because I didn't know who I was. Only the past years did I start to learn and lean into the things that made me feel like me. And one of the ways I did that is by asking myself, what brings me joy? It's that simple. I started a notebook where I would write down anything and everything that brought me joy, things that put a smile on my face, and I'd write them down in bullet points. I'd have a big list of it, and only after about 10, 20, 30 pages did I start to feel like I was getting to know myself. And then I tried to lean into exactly that. I know that I loved art, so I started creating more art, and in the process of it, I felt more whole. I've always loved to read, so I started writing, and that's something that's brought me closer to myself than anything else before. You know the saying, happiness is knowing yourself. And I truly believe this. I think this is the closest way we have to describe happiness. You can find out who you are by noticing how things make you feel. Jung calls this your inner law, which is an inherent and intrinsic guiding force towards your unique potential in life. And you can use this by noticing your inner reactions towards life. Your frustration and anger and fear and excitement, all of these things, you have to start seeing them as nudges towards becoming your best self. Even the negative ones, like anger, jealousy, and fear, you only see them as bad because they're undeveloped, but they're still guiding you in the right direction. Take jealousy, for example. Imagine you go to heaven and you can have anything you could ever imagine. So you're walking down the street and you see someone living in your dream house. And before that moment, maybe you didn't realize that this was your dream house, but seeing it, you know that this is exactly what you want. So in that same moment, you wish for that house as well, and it appears before you. There's no need to feel upset or jealous. If anything, seeing someone else have that has been a source of inspiration for you. It has helped you realize what you actually want. So, why would life be any different? Okay, you can't wish for something and get it instantly, but most things you want in life you can get if you really gave your all to achieve it. And you know that. I think this is the case with most things, but the problem is that you don't believe you can have the things you want. But that's the thing, this has nothing to do with other people. Whatever you envy in others, you can have too, but you don't believe you can. You know, they say jealousy is admiration turned sour, but I also believe that jealousy is undeveloped inspiration. If you notice you feel jealous about something, it's actually a great thing because it's revealing to you what you want, and it can reveal desires that you maybe suppress or don't allow yourself to have in your life. But it's showing you how you actually feel. It can help you find what matters to you if you let it. Often, you'll find that the traits you admire in other people are just undeveloped talents you have in yourself. Think about it. If you didn't already have those things within you, why would you care? It wouldn't matter. For instance, if you see someone else living a great and successful life as an artist and you're jealous about that or you admire those traits, it's only because there's something that resonates with inside of you as well. Otherwise, why would you care? If you didn't have creative potential, why would it matter? You wouldn't feel jealous. So listen to these feelings and recognize them as guidance, as little nudges towards your unique potential. I find the idea of potential fascinating because imagine it's who you are at your core, fully realized, right? So all of your talents are developed, you can face your fears and have full control of yourself. So you can choose your most authentic path in life. And then you can give that your all. You can actually realize your fullest potential. Just think, what would that look like? I'm sure you've had glimpses of your potential, and so many times when we're doing things, for example, if you're creating art and it resonates with something inside of you, so for a second you think, what if I actually pursued this? What if I did this? What could that become? And maybe it even excites you. So just think about this. Whatever this example would be to you, how much time do you waste not living as your authentic self? Life is so short, and why waste any of that time on things that don't matter? And I don't mean quit your job and stop doing anything that isn't enjoyable or you don't care about, but I mean recognizing what is true to you and what is coming from outside of you. It's tuning in to your inner law. Whatever your potential looks like, it's going to be tough most of the time. It's going to be challenging. In fact, it's going to be the biggest challenge you can face. But it also will be the most rewarding and fulfilling. So just because other people might tell you this is what it means to be successful, this is what you should do, then that might not be the case for you. The only way you can find out what your true potential looks like, the most that you can be in life, is by listening within, by noticing what feels right and what doesn't. You have to let your inner law guide you in life. And you can use shadow work for this. That's a big part of it. So if you want another video on that, let me know. But a great way to start is by learning how to notice your feelings. And this isn't the same thing as reacting to your feelings. For instance, if you feel anger, then you shouldn't just be angry and have a tantrum, but you should be able to recognize what you're feeling and listen to what it's trying to tell you. Most people haven't developed that line of communication with themselves, and they're controlled by their emotions and impulses, and it's because they don't know themselves. But if you want to reach your potential in life, you find that path by listening within. Nobody else can do that for you. So, as an exercise to help you find what your unique potential looks like, I want you to start paying attention to three things. You can use a journal for this. The first thing is asking yourself what brings you joy. These are things that put a smile on your face, things that make you feel excited. And you want to keep a list of all of these little joys and make a point to start filling your life with them. These can be things like personal belongings, memories, people, songs, places, anything. It can be as big or as small as you want. But the great thing is, with little joys like this, it's really the same feeling you get as from big joys, but it's so much easier to fill your life with these little things. And if you start doing this, you can pick three things from that list every day and try to include that in your day, and you will start to feel more content. It will be more meaningful for you because these are the things that make you you. These are the things that resonate with you. So, especially if you're feeling like life is a bit bland and meaningless, this is one of those things that isn't very hard, but it makes a huge difference. And so often we neglect ourselves and we don't do enough things for ourselves. So, make a point of finding out what things bring you joy and really try to include them more in your life. And through doing this, you will start to see what your best life even looks like. Now, the second thing is asking yourself, what do you admire or envy in others? Like I said, this can reveal some of your deepest desires, things that you don't let yourself pursue or experience, but you'll still feel jealous when you see them in others. And this is something you also really want to dig into. If you, for example, see a picture of a pretty girl and you feel jealous of her, then maybe what you're actually jealous of are things that you perceive in her, such as greater confidence or a lack of the struggles that you're dealing with in life. But whether or not this is true, you can start to notice the things that you want for yourself as well. Maybe you want to wear cute clothes like she does. Maybe you want to be more confident. Maybe you want to feel proud of yourself. And these are the things you then need to focus on. Do this with anything you think you want or feel jealous of. And also notice the traits and qualities that you admire in others. because these are the things that you need to develop in yourself. So notice the things you admire in other people, because these are untapped talents that you have within yourself. And for the third thing, ask yourself, what are your triggers? These are things that make you unusually angry or anxious. These are the scripts or patterns that you can get stuck in. Maybe you have a pattern of running away from difficult situations, or giving up on things, or maybe you even have self destructive patterns. But strong reactions like this are often tied to our shadows. Jung believes that in order to integrate your shadow, you will unconsciously live out these same patterns over and over again, and you'll be confronted with it until you learn to break it, until you learn from it. And this is what will bring you closer to your potential. So try to really reflect on this and study it. We all have our patterns we get stuck in, but you're going to continue experiencing these things until you deal with it. This makes me think of a quote I really like that goes, "A problem only exists until you've learned its lesson." And I realized again and again how true this can be. So notice the things that are in your way in life. Notice the problems you have currently and see what you can learn from that, what it's trying to teach you. If you really start to pay attention to these three things, this is what's going to help you find the path that is meant for you, the path that will lead you towards your unique potential in life. And this is something only you can know. And you notice this by seeing how you feel, how you react to the world around you. So try to notice these things and use them as guidance to reach your fullest potential. And then you'll know that you're on the right path. So I hope this helps. These are the things that I practice in my own shadow work, and it's really helped me feel more in control of my life and more excited about life, especially the past few years. If you like this video, please subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.